I'm so proud to say that I really enjoyed the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta. I've played it for the entire weekend, mostly Sunday, and had tons of fun. The game has really changed since the past couple of CODs, and how below average they've been. It's so cool to finally play a COD game this new and refreshing. First, I want to talk about the new things they've added to the game, and what else has changed or improved. Guns in this game feel so good to shoot. Infinity Ward absolutely nailed the feeling to shoot any gun in this game. For example, shooting the Deagle or any sniper feels so manly, it's just amazing. And there's actual recoil unlike the past couple of games, like a Black Ops 4 where everything was a laser. My favorite guns were the MP5 and MP7 because they killed insanely fast. Also, you can now mount your gun onto the side of a wall, kind of like leaning in other games, but you can't move and you have less recoil, so it's more like a bipod. Other changes are that there are no more operator or specialist abilities. Instead, there's field orders, which are weaker abilities like an ammo box or deployable shield. But there's even more complex stuff like Dead Silence, which is a timed ability in this game, which makes your footsteps silent, and a recon drone. But there still are operators, but they're only cosmetic. Personally, I didn't think they looked that interesting, so let's move on. There were like 7 or so maps in the beta. 3 were on base game modes, 1 on the new Ground War game mode, which I'll talk about in a bit, and 3 in Gunfight, which is a 2v2 with a twist, and to be honest, maps weren't that bad. The best ones were Hackney Yard and Gunrunner, and the worst in my opinion was Azure Cave. It was just too tight and indoors. Kill streaks were unusable in most long-range weapons too. I really hope they rework that map in the release. I was surprised how many game modes there were in the beta, but I really only played like Team Deathmatch, Ground War, and Gunfight. Gunfight and Ground War are the 2 new big game modes. Ground War is a 32v32 on giant maps with vehicles, and it's really hectic. My problem with this game mode are the vehicles, because the enemy team was farming my team with only an APC, and it wasn't very fun most of the time because you don't know what's going on. This game mode is very similar to Battlefield Conquest, but just a little bit simplified. The other game mode was Gunfight, and I played this for way longer than I expected. I think it's best when you're playing with a friend. It's fast-paced, close quarters 2v2s, where you start with nothing and pick up guns around the small map. This is an amazing idea, and I hope it gets better in the release. Kill streaks are alright, except for the VTOL jet, where I got 10 kills with 1 activation, and it just felt too overpowered. Create a class is back to how it was before Pick 10 system, and it's really great. Customize your weapons and gear is so interesting because there's so many attachments to each of the guns, and it's a lot more realistic this time because there's pros and cons to some of the attachments. For example, putting a grip on an SMG will make it slower to handle, or putting a holosight or an AR will make its ADS slower. This is so exciting because it adds a lot more complexity to the weapon customization. The game ran pretty well on console and PC. I was getting very stable performance on mostly high settings on PC, as you see on the screen right now. Great performance on console too, and no lag or disconnects. And that's all I have to say about the Call of Duty Modern Warfare beta. I had more fun with it than expected, and it helped make a bright future for the series. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and goodbye.